Welcome to Melissa Honey Speaks, where we chat about feminine magic, mindset, and manifesting. I'm your host and feminine magic guide, Melissa Honey. Welcome back to another episode of Melissa Honey Speaks with your host, me, Melissa Honey. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about part 2 of manifesting from the feminine goddess way. So this, as we talked about in the first video, we talked about manifesting, thinking about it, manifesting from womb space, creating, nurturing. We talked about setting the objective. We talked about nurturing that objective. Today I want to talk about step 3, which is a very, very, very important step to manifest anything that you want. Setting goals. If you find yourself setting goals and not really actually meeting those goals, sometimes it's because there are some things you need to let go of, or things you need to look at to maybe release. So this is the part where you're going to be thinking about what are the things that have happened in my way in the past that have kept me from getting to where I want to be. Maybe it's old beliefs in your mind. Maybe it's it could be anything. It could be the fact that you want new furniture, but you haven't cleaned the space you want the furniture to be in. Maybe you spend too much money, so you haven't been able to save. Maybe you need to have a budget. So this is the space where you really want to think about all the things that are holding you back from manifesting what you want. What are the things that you need to release? Maybe you need to release some old beliefs and change those beliefs to new beliefs. Maybe you want to manifest a new relationship, but you think all men are garbage, or you think that all women are trash. So if you have those beliefs, maybe you want to have more money, but you want to manifest a certain amount of money, but you have a belief that being rich is a negative thing, or maybe rich people are rich people are bad people or whatever. So that could be holding you back from manifesting what you want. So if you want something but your belief system says otherwise, you really have to focus on changing your beliefs. So this is the part where where I would suggest that you write releasing statements. A releasing statement is a statement that you can write down. It's kind of like an affirmation, but it's not an affirmation. It's an affirmation to release a certain thing. So let's start from the beginning. If it's maybe clutter in your space, of course you got to clean up the clutter in your space. If it's clutter in your mind, then maybe it's time to use meditation, deep breathing exercises to clear your mind and really focus on your goals. And maybe that's in your way. Maybe it's beliefs. If it's beliefs that you have, that maybe that you feel poor, you feel like prosperity isn't for you, or you feel like you can't have that car because you've never had a car like that before, or maybe you feel your finances won't allow you to have that car or that vacation or that house or whatever it may be. So you change the way you think about that, and to change that, sometimes you have to release the old feelings. Releasing the old feelings, you can use therapeutic methods like hypnotherapy, NLP, those kinds of things. But you can also do it on your own without the help of a professional. You can write out releasing statements. So I release all the ways I feel men are trash. I release all the ways that women are garbage. I release all the ways that I feel I'm not worthy of having nice things. I release all the ways, and it can be anything. So you're writing these statements out, releasing them, and letting them go. And while you're doing that, you're physically releasing those emotions around those ideas that you are holding within yourself, those ideas that are keeping you stuck where you are. So once you write out all the things and you feel like you've gotten out every idea that you can think of at that moment, all the things that are actually that you feel like they're holding you back, all those beliefs, you can really sit with yourself, and those beliefs will come up when you sit with yourself and ask yourself, what's keeping me from manifesting this thing that I want? And so when you write under releasing statements, I release all the ways I feel poor. I release all the ways I feel unworthy. I release all the ways, and you keep writing those out until you've released those things. Sometimes people take those papers and they burn them. They take those papers and they bury them, or they speak them into a candle, a burning candle. I release all the ways I release all the ways So that way it gives you a physical, not only just energetic releasing, but also an actual physical releasing, because you're writing them on paper and then you're burning that paper, or you're speaking those releasing statements into your candle. I release all the ways I feel poor, or I release all the ways that I enjoy poverty. So you can put all those things in your releasing statements. And once you're done doing that, now you can come back, and on the flip side is that, so once you release all the things that you want to release, once you have all your, you release all the things that you want to release, and you've let go all the things, you've cleaned up the clutter, you clean up your clutter so that you have a space for the new furniture, you've you looked at your budget and saw where you were spending too much money on things that you didn't want or didn't need, and you can look at that, and you've created a budget for yourself to so that you've gone from a place of not having a budget to a place of having a budget, where you felt like maybe the budget situation was keeping you from saving the money. Now you can have a budget, you can see where there is a space for you to save money. So those are the physical things. And then the other things are, maybe I release all the ways that I overspend. That's the releasing statement. So now that you've done the releasing part, you've cleaned up the things, you go into the space of what is the opposite of, how can I use this same writing technique or the same thing to now create the things that I want. And the creating is the part where you write out the affirmations that are the opposite of that. So some new statements you say. So your first statement was, the releasing statement was, I release all the ways I feel unworthy. So the opposite of that is, I accept all the ways that I am worthy. I accept and appreciate all the ways that I am prosperous. Let's see. So it goes on from there. I affirm that I am prosperous. I affirm that I am healthy. I affirm that I am wealthy. I am these things. And once you start, those are the opposite of the things. And this may not be something that you have to do one time. It may be something that you need to do over and over and over again to let go of those things, because our beliefs are really, really deep within us. They're not just on our superficial. Those beliefs, because they are holding us back, are really, really deep within our subconscious. We really, really, truly believe those. We embody those things that we want to release. We embody the ways that we feel poor. We embody the ways that we feel unworthy. We embody those things because that's why we're not able to attract what we want and to manifest what we want and to even meet our goals, because we feel we can't. And whether it's subconscious or whether it's right out there, it's still a deep belief. So in order to release those deep beliefs, you have to release them in some kind of way. So writing them on the paper, you might have to do it a couple of days in a row. You might have to do it a couple of weeks until you feel like you really release that. You might have to release those things, and then you might have to write those affirming statements over and over and over again for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. It depends on the person. How did you really truly let those things go? Could you feel yourself letting go of those old beliefs that are keeping you stuck? Do you really feel like you're aligning with your affirming statements? Do you really feel like I accept all the ways I can be prosperous? I accept all the ways that I feel confident. I accept all the ways that I am worthy. Are you aligning with those things? And if you're not, then of course it just takes more work that you need to align with. So step 3 is really a big part of setting your goal and making sure your goal is attainable, because if you don't do this one step, if you skip over this step, it's kind of like you're back at square one. You won't be able to go any further because you haven't released the beliefs that kept you in that place in the first place. So you want to release all those things, all the ways that your subconscious mind was holding you back, all the ways that maybe even your lifestyle was holding you back. Release those things, release them out to the universe and let go of them. Feel your body letting go of those things, and once you feel aligned with your new affirmations, your new way of being, then you can manifest. Then it becomes manifesting with ease. I am a money magnet and it is easy. I am wealthy and it is easy. I am loved and it is easy, or whatever the affirmation statement is for you. make it easy for yourself by letting go of the old ways. And you won't have to worry about going back to the old ways necessarily, because you've released those ways. And sometimes it takes people a while to release those old things. And that's okay, because we're human, and those things are, they're in us. They're part of who we are, who we have been. So if they're part of who we have been, and changing who we have been can be a challenge at times. So accepting who we want to be is the challenge part, though. Flipping your mind to say the affirming things that you want, affirming the things that you want to become, accepting those things and aligning with them energetically, physically, spiritually, mentally, subconsciously, aligning with those things all around. And all of a sudden, your manifestation process becomes easier and easier, because you will let go of the things that have kept you stuck. And that's what I think is one of the most important steps of the manifestation process, is really just letting go of the old things and reconfirming the things that you want over and over again until you're aligned with it, till your energy lines up with what is it that I want? Who do I want to become? I am worthy of these things, and these things can come to me because I am now in a place where I can receive them without feeling like I don't deserve it. So that's it. You just really want to make sure that you are letting go of those old beliefs, letting go of the stuck ways, getting yourself in the space of, I deserve this, this is mine. That's where you want to be. So thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in today. Please like and comment and share. And if you like our content, please subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Links below.